Okay, am I live? It said 3, 2, 1. This is so much stuff. Okay, I think I'm live now. Sorry about that if you've been hanging out here for a while and thinking, what happened? I have been very confused by a dashboard I did not expect to see, but here I am. Hello, I'm Carla. I'm one of the Thrive coaches here at Thrive Nation, and I'm really happy to be here. So if you are here too or listening to this later or watching later, I hope this tool is helpful for you. This is a tool that I really like for when you're just trying to feel a little bit, recognize some of your own strengths a little bit better. A lot of us, we can get really caught up in what's not going well or what we're not good at or what we're struggling with. And this is what I love about this tool is it's really simple, it's fun, and it works every time, and it works differently every time. Like it's something, there's kind of a trick to it, but even if you know the trick, it still works. And that's the kind of tool I just love, something fun like that. So if you're here and watching and want to comment, you can, but you don't have to, and you can just hang out with me. So it's a really simple tool where all you need to do is think of someone you admire or hold in high regard. It can be a real person, it can be somebody you actually know, or it can be somebody who is a character in a movie or a book. It could be some historical figure who's still living or someone who is no longer living. It can be any kind of, it doesn't even have to be a person. It could even be an animal. But it's just someone you admire. So first you want to just think of that, and you don't need to overthink, and you can do this over and over. But for now, just think of somebody you admire. So take a moment and see if you can think of somebody that you admire. And once you've thought of that person, the next step is to, if you have a piece of paper, you can do it on a piece of paper. If you don't, you can just think about it in your head. But you want to think about 3 or 4 things you really admire about this person. So just take a moment. If you're playing along, take a moment, and if you have something to write with, write down 3 or 4 qualities or things about this person that you really admire. And I'll just wait for a minute. I'll do it too. So I'm going to do it right now. And then you do it too, either thinking or writing. Take another minute if you need just another minute to write or think about a couple of other things you admire about this person. And if you've already done this exercise ever, you probably know what's going to happen next. Or even if you just, you can kind of see the next step. But what you do now is go back to the list of what you wrote. And instead of thinking about these descriptions describing the person that you were thinking of that you admire, replace they or that person with yourself. So if you said they're very trustworthy, you would replace it with I am very trustworthy. And really go back and read what you wrote as if it's about you. So sometimes, yes, so go back and wrote, and I'll give you an example with what I did. So the person that I picked that I admire this time is the poet Mary Oliver. She's no longer living. She died, I think, a couple of years ago, but she's an incredible nature poet. And what I wrote down about what I admired about her is that she celebrated her introversion. That's one. That she was a truth teller. And that she really, really saw nature. You could see that through her poems, that she really saw it. And So then when I read these back about myself, I do like to celebrate my introversion, and I do like to be okay with, I don't need to go to all the festivals. It's a good thing right now because I can't go to any festivals, but I do like to celebrate my introversion. I do like to tell the truth, and I do think that's really important, and it's a great aspect about myself. And and I realize I really do see nature in a way that sometimes other people don't see. And so those read back to me help me see these qualities of myself that I really do like and hold in high regard about myself. What's interesting about this activity is that if two people pick the same person, like say two people choose Beyonce, she's an amazing icon. And this has happened where I've had two different people who chose her as their person. The reasons they give for what they admire are different. One person may say, she's really fierce and she's an incredible creator and she works so hard. And those are reflecting back that person's strengths and something that is within them. Another person might say, well, she's really an amazing mom and she stands up for what she believes in. And those are reflecting her. So what's so neat about this exercise is that even if you know this, even if you know the outcome, just take a moment, kind of set that aside, and then really think about that person, and then write down what you're going to write. Because the poet Mary Oliver, I could have written about her incredible talent with words. There's so many things I could have written about, but the things that stand out to me are what reflect back to me something that's a strength within myself or a latent strength. Maybe it's something that you haven't developed yet, but is really within you. And that's what I love about this exercise, is that it almost is magical how whatever we say, whatever we think about the other person really does. We can't see it unless it's something that is within us as well. We just don't see it in the same way. So try this anytime. You can do this over and over. You can pick different people from different eras, but anytime you're feeling a little like, what, I'm having trouble thinking about my own strengths, or thinking, I'm being hard on myself. It's a great little tool to use to just remind yourself. And then you can also use it to bring that aspect of yourself up. So if I'm wanting to elevate the Mary Oliver quality about myself, I'm unique, I'm not her, I don't need to be her, but I can pull that part of me that's like what I admired in her and bring it up. So sometimes I could even be well, what would Mary Oliver do in this situation? Oh, she would go sit outside and connect with nature and not worry about whatever else anybody was thinking, or something like that. So you can use it to help connect with your own strength by thinking about what that person might do in a situation that you're in. So I hope you have fun with this little tool. It's a fun one. And thank you. I know I had some technical difficulties here at the beginning, so hopefully this is all worked out, and that you can watch this and try this fun tool with yourself. All right, take care, and hope you have a great rest of the week. All right, bye-bye.